It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a while, and I forgot to click the countdown.
You did. You really did. You messed it all up.
All right. Well.
Happy Thursday. I haven't said that in a minute.
It is. I hope everybody can hear us fine.
Yeah.
I think they can.
Yeah.
Because I see that. How many people's here? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. I feel like we're really close.
Ain't we supposed to be?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I'm James.
And I am Emily.
We show you our actual weight loss journey with the keto lifestyle.
Make sure you check us out on Instagram and Facebook, but most importantly, don't forget to get ready.
Sit.
Keto.
All right, real quick.
Real quick. Why'd you bring these down here?
All right. These. So I found these at Kroger's.
Mm-hmm.
I found these at Kroger's.
And he was excited.
I was excited.
Because he thought they were something that they're not.
So they were marked down $3.38, and now I know why.
Yeah.
These are absolutely atrocious. If you've not had these, don't do it. Actually, so out of this one, okay, so just when you think, like, I love chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah.
Like, when you think it can't get no worse, like, I literally spit this in the trash.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, maybe this is better.
No. He's like, it tastes like seafood.
It tastes like seawater. It was horrible. I told Noah, it's the chocolate on the outside. I said, Noah, try this. I was like, it tastes like seafood.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it doesn't. It tastes like cod. This is awful.
Yeah.
Awful. It's kind of like the game you play when you go to the Chinese restaurant and like the desserts that are absolutely horrible. These are worse than that. These are worse than the stale Chinese desserts.
And he had to get that off his chest immediately.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, so there's that. Kiss my keto bars. Don't do it. Buck says, hello from way upstate New York near Canada.
Hello. We are happy to be here with you guys because we have missed you so much. James told me today that it has been 20 days since we've gone live. And
because Noah had a concert with his band.
Yeah.
And then we had to pack and go to bed early because we had to be up at 2 a.m. the next day. And then last week we were on the cruise. But it hasn't been really 20 days since we were live because we was on intentional carnivore, and we were with Carnivore Quest.
We were.
And that was like, we did that. I don't remember when that was. But.
Right. But we are home, and it has been back to the normalcies this week, and it stinks. It's been Monday all week.
Someone says they have a lot of carbs, too. Pam, they do have a lot of carbs.
Yes.
But the trick is...
You take a bite and spit it in the garbage.
You spit it in the garbage. That way you get the full experience, no carb.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to try one.
And it actually upsets your stomach a little bit, so you're not hungry the rest of the night. Bad. Everybody's like, look at those tans. Yeah. My head is actually peeling a little bit.
Yeah, my forehead is peeling a little bit.
Is it?
Yeah. Can you see it? It's just like right here.
Yeah, I do. You see mine?
No.
No?
No. Yeah, the last port that we were at, it was in Cozumel, and we were in the water. We got to have a dolphin and manatee encounter, and we got a little bit of sun that day. That was the only day where it felt like we got any sun.
Cassie says, that's weird. Carnivore Quest says, her name says Cassie.
Cassie, hi.
That's a good idea. You need to have a Ready, Set, Keto. Emily.
I think people can usually tell by what's said if it's me or you.
Because you're the mean one?
Right. But yeah.
Jackie said the water got us all. And
it
then
did.
Lynette says That's hilarious about those cookies. They taste like fish and make you nauseous. Who would ever want them?
Exactly.
Obviously
right?
nobody, because they're only $3 marked down.
Reduced. Yeah.
They were bad. But you know what? For $3, I just wish I wouldn't have bought 4 boxes. Because these 2 are definitely going in the trash. The other 2, they're going in the trash.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah, there's homeless people that would be mad if you gave them that. They'd probably throw it at you.
So
Kelly's here. I was finally glad to meet you guys.
I was so happy to meet you too, Kelly. I hope you guys had a good time on the cruise too.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody had a good time on the cruise.
So
I know we did.
So you know what's bad about going with 400 of your friends? There's not enough time.
Yeah.
There's not enough time, and it's kind of been really sad. Jackie said Noah might eat them. No, he will not. He says they taste like
cod.
cod, not seafood, just cod.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, when you go, okay, so I already said that part. But it's been kind of sad the past couple of days because, like, when I go into a store or if I'm out in public, I'm so used to, like, on the ship, everywhere you turn, there's, like, one of your friends. They're like, oh, there's so-and-so and there's so-and-so. Well, I could have swore the other day when we were in Walmart, I was just thinking, I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, they don't live here, and that's not them, that's not what they, but it looked like them. And anyway, we just miss everybody already so much.
We do. We really do. And Lynette, I was so happy that you donated your time to help before the cruise, and I'm so glad that we got to meet you.
Hookah's here.
Among many other people that we got to meet, it was such an honor meeting so many wonderful people.
We didn't get to see Hookah.
I know, we didn't get to see you, and we were in Texas.
But Margie says, how was the weather? Did you feel the ship swaying a lot? My husband and I are going next month.
The weather was perfect.
It was perfect.
Every day it was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Very happy with the weather.
Mm-hmm.
There was maybe a day where we could kind of feel the boat kind of sway a little bit.
So I didn't actually notice the boat swaying, but what I noticed is when I got off the ship,
he was swaying.
Yeah, you kind of get that permanent little, just a little, it's not really a sway. It's almost like your feet just kind of rock just a touch to like counteract it, and you get so used to it that when I got on land, I was actually kind of dizzy because I would go to just the normal rocking motion of the boat. Like it didn't do that.
It was kind of
instantly made me dizzy. Carnivore Quest says I can't wait to go next year. Are they going on the cruise next year?
I loved spending time with so many people, but I did miss the people that weren't on the cruise, like Dustin, right? And Hookah and all the people that weren't there. I just wish we could all get together and hang out. That's all.
Yes. Lady Fritzier says that ship is one of the bigger cruise ships, wasn't it?
I believe so.
I can't imagine them getting much bigger.
Yeah.
That was like a...
very large ship.
Yes. It was like 17 stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's like definitely a very big resort. A moving building.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yes. Hookah said... Oh, she's talking to Cassie. Sorry. Jackie says, Hailey, you should have come with Lindy. Yes.
She should have.
Yes, because we got to meet Lindy, and that was very nice. And the meetup, everything was really, really good. What?
It was a really good time. And we do have KPL coming up, though.
We do.
And we get to look forward to that.
Kelly will be at KPL. I think there's a lot of people coming to KPL.
And I'm so excited for it.
And Jackie says, Jim says we're going to crash on your couch.
Okay.
What couch?
Any of them.
Buck says, who was your favorite presenter? That's a funny story. It's a really funny story.
I kind of feel a little bit ashamed.
Why? Because we had fun and we didn't sit and listen to other people talk.
I did listen to one presenter, the entire cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one that I wanted to go to because I want to put more of my focus on weight training.
Mm-hmm.
And can anybody guess who that speaker was? It was a female speaker and focused more on weight training and building muscle in your body. Let's see if anybody can guess.
So what we did was, we actually went down there on the first day, right?
Right.
And there was like so much excitement. You got this whole ship to explore and the
Right.
ocean to see and all this stuff, right?
Yes.
Well, the convention with all the speakers was down on the third floor in a place with no windows,
Yes.
and that just wasn't happening.
Which, if you talked to us before the cruise, James already had it decided in his mind that he did not want to watch the speakers, but watch them later to spend more time with people. And once we were on the ship and getting to talk to so many wonderful people, I wanted to spend as much time as I could talking to those people and then watch later.
I think Julie guessed it with, yes, Coach Bronson's girlfriend. That would be
Yes.
Natalie.
Yeah. So, Julie, you got it right. I wanted to listen to her, and yeah, definitely.
The whole purpose I wanted to go on this cruise was to meet and talk and hang out with people.
Yeah.
It was not to sit in a classroom and be quiet.
Yeah.
So I did not.
And that's all right.
I walked around and I talked to everyone who was not in the classroom as much as I possibly could. I enjoyed
Yeah.
every minute of being on the cruise. There was only one time when I was ready. There was only one time when I didn't want to be on the cruise, and that was basically on the last day when you're that last trip back home and you know you're getting ready to get off the cruise, and it's kind of
Bittersweet.
yeah, it's kind of depressing. So that's the only time that I wanted it to be, that I was ready to be
Right.
off the cruise ship, was because, you know, it's kind of, when you're on your way home, you just want it to be over with, and that's it.
Right.
So we had 6 wonderful, well, it was like 7, it was 8 days, 7 nights,
Yeah.
and it wasn't long enough.
It wasn't. But we had such a good time. One of the ports, Jackie, over at Jackie's Keto Journey, filmed like our whole excursion in Honduras. And she did a really wonderful job in that video.
She did.
So if you want to just kind of have a peek at that, go to Jackie's channel and check that vlog out that she posted.
All right.
It was a really great day.
Yeah, so, yeah, you guys, it's gonna, her stuff that she recorded, like, we were pretty much together the entire time.
Yeah.
So if you want to see us, it's gonna be in all her uploads. Like,
Yeah,
there's gonna be
she
a
did
lot
a
of us.
wonderful job making sure she vlogged, whereas we did not.
Yeah, we did not.
Most of the time, I didn't even have my phone on me.
We did vlog, and I still do have another video to upload whenever I get ready.
Yes. Yeah.
But yes, Jackie at Jackie's Keto Journey will have all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
and she's really trying to grow her channel too. So please go over there and
Well, show her some love and support.
yes.
Yes.
All right.
So,
Cassie says she's with me. She would mingle.
yeah.
Well, you know, everybody, if we were speaking on the cruise,
Yeah.
everything that we would be saying I'm sure would be something that we have already said.
Right.
So due to the fact that I've already seen these, I mean, I might not have seen the exact speech, but I know what they're saying. I know where they're going with it, and
Yeah.
I'd rather just see them at the pizza place later than
I know you
sit.
didn't watch Natalie, but everything she said was completely on point for me. You know, what one person's going to say might be on point for somebody and not on point for somebody else, but everything Natalie said really was on point for me personally, and I really enjoyed her talk.
Mary Mack says, what was the cruise you were on? We went on the low-carb cruise, which was a Royal Caribbean cruise,
Yes.
and we went to Roatan, Cozumel, and
Costa Costa Maya.
I'm going to say Costa Maya,
Yeah, Costa Maya.
because they're not the Mayans, they're the Mayans.
Yeah.
The Mayans.
You're funny.
Hey, Hoofinit's here.
Hoofinit's here. Hi. We got to hang out with him too.
Her?
Her. Her.
That is Karen.
I'm sorry. I was thinking Caboodle Brie as you read Hoofinit.
That's her husband.
I love you guys.
Kelly says, I enjoyed meeting people, and most of the stuff they were talking about I already knew.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beth says, that's called sea legs, James. Everyone says that my legs are really small. I guess I have sea legs.
I don't think that's what she means.
The feeling of the ship movement and swaying when you're on solid ground. I love that feeling that lasts for a few days. Still feels like I'm on the ship. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird because when we got to our excursions, now I love the heat. I did enjoy it, but I will say that I never felt wind.
Yeah.
I never felt a breeze while we were in the rainforest. Not once.
You know, and it really didn't feel that bad. Costa Maya was hot. It was so hot.
It was all hot, no wind. But when I first started walking, I kept telling Emily, I feel dizzy, and that's what it was. I was used to the swaying of the boat for 2.5 days before we got to our first port. So I was used to the swaying of the boat, and I got out, and you know, just that little bit of the sea leg thing, it made me dizzy.
It didn't really bother me.
Semi-retired Bob's here. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Need to remember the time difference when I'm home. Sean says, I could almost give you their speeches for them, LOL. I have to listen to Dr. B for so many hours. I have listened to Dr. Barry for so many hours. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Hookah says it's like stepping off an elevator and feeling like you're still on it. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, is there anything you wanted to talk about?
There is. And just because I want to acknowledge the elephant in the room, right? Our last, well, I guess it's not our last video that we posted now because we just posted Keto Chow's new flavor yesterday. But our last video before that, we were a little bit heartbroken. We were a little bit angry. And all motivation to move forward was kind of ripped from us.
Yeah.
And I just kind of want to touch on it just a little bit, just to kind of explain ourselves for the reason behind them.
Upset. No getting upset.
I know.
You're not allowed to get upset.
The last day of our cruise, there was a video that was uploaded on another channel, a live that was posted. And there was a very mean comment that was left. When you put yourself out there on YouTube, on social media, you're going to have mean comments sometimes, right? We know that's going to happen. You have to get tough skin. It's fine. It is what it is. But this particular comment was directed at Noah, our 12-year-old son. And when we saw that comment, it immediately upset us and just completely made us feel like we don't do this for money. We don't do this for anything other than it's something that we're passionate about and we love you guys so much. And if we can even just help one person, that's what matters to us. That's why we do it. It's not, we both work, this isn't our income. And
if it was, I wouldn't have been able to even afford these cheap little bars.
But it was kind of like, you know, we don't get paid to do this, and it's not worth doing it to have our son attacked like that.
Okay, so we're never gonna quit. I don't see ever, like, us saying we were taking a break was literally like, okay, so I was actually working on a video when we went, and then we found out about this.
Yeah.
And when that happened, it's just like all the motivation. It was like, you know what, just forget it. You know what I mean? And really wanted to just post a video because we always post on Saturday, and we always, you know what I mean? We didn't know that we would even be back this soon, to be honest with you.
We really didn't, but the amount of love and support that we've gotten from you guys has been overwhelming.
I mean, we've gotten comments from people that has absolutely broke my heart, from like people who say that, you know, that we have to come back because we are their family, like they don't have a family. Yeah. So that kind of stuff is like heartbreaking.
Right.
And that's why we're back.
Yeah. And, you know, this whole journey is tough for everybody, and it's tough for kids too. And to see my son, my baby, cry and feel so hurt was heartbreaking to me. And in the same breath, I was super proud of him because he did comment back to this person. And the words he chose was, I deserve better than this, and so do you. And there really are people out there who truly hurt themselves because of comments like this. And for a 12-year-old to say something like that, I could not have been more proud of him.
So the thing is, Noah is okay, so we'll get to my struggles here in a minute. But Noah has struggled because Noah has been going through puberty for like the last, 6-8 months, whatever. Anyway, and it's been like, after Keto Palooza, like Noah was really gung-ho.
Yeah.
And he was really doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like no matter what Noah did, the scale would creep up a little bit.
Right.
So he got discouraged. But I can tell you that in our house, our house is keto.
Yeah.
So Noah has been keto just like we have. The thing is,
Noah also goes to school.
Noah goes to school when Noah's a kid, and I don't know what Noah does at school. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, but I can tell you that when Noah's here,
He eats what we eat.
he eats what we eat, and there's always, he always has the choice of vegetables. Even though we don't have vegetables, we always have like Brussels sprouts, beans.
We have
always
vegetables sometimes.
Yeah, we have that stuff around.
Right.
But there are several people that will tell you this, and I will tell you this too. Not everybody, as soon as they do something and they change the way they eat,
Mm-hmm.
not everybody loses. It's not always like that.
Right.
And,
Every one of us are different, and kids are different too, and it's never okay to be mean to anyone, especially a child, in my opinion.
And I know a lot of people thought that it was about money, and it was because when I was uploading that, when we were doing that video, I
Right.
did talk about money. And what I was trying to get at is that we don't make any money off
Right.
of this. Like, this isn't anything. Everything that we make and everything the channel makes goes right back into the channel for music subscriptions and
Things like that.
or this live stream. So there's not watermarks on it, or or a new camera, or
Right.
a new microphone. Everything has been put back.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway,
Right.
my point was basically, we don't make anything, so why should we have to put up with crap?
Right. Right.
That was the whole thing. It's not like we're making thousands of dollars and
Yeah.
anything like that. Like, anything that we've made in this channel
Right.
has actually, I think last year we took a $3,500 loss on this channel.
But the point was, it wasn't about the money. It was about, and it wasn't even about somebody being mean to us, because we know that comes with the territory. But when it comes to my kids, don't mess with my kids. That's all. Just don't mess with my kids.
Yeah.
And every kid deserves to feel like they're the most absolute best person ever. And period. That's it.
So anyway, we won't leave for good, but like when people do things like that, don't be surprised if we don't grab our ball and go home for the night. Taking light ball and going home.
Right. And this is something that we do as a family. This is a family thing for us, and Noah's a part of that, and that's just the way it is, right?
Bob says, if you figure out how to make money on YouTube, please fill me in.
Yes.
Bob, I'm no good at it. I can't.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like my $2 an hour extra job.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it is $2 an hour. But anyway, let's talk about my struggles, because I will be doing a video here soon about my struggles, and my struggles these are really hurting my feelings. All right, so where do we start? All right, so I gave up all nicotine, right? And then
And then
after that, I thought that I got away with everything. I remember in our last video, I was like, I even quit nicotine and I still went down a half a pound.
yeah,
Right?
he spoke too soon.
I did. A little bit too much pride
Right.
in what I could do versus what God did for me. Because that next week, if you remember, I was up like 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was like, I absolutely thought it was my sunburn because I got burnt. And I know I was...
In the tanning bed.
I know I had inflammation. Like, my back was toast.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm holding all this extra water. I mean, that makes sense. Well, the problem is that the next week, right before we left on the cruise, I got on the scale after all the burn was gone, and now I was up 9 pounds. Now, mind you, doing, full day fasts, right?
Yeah.
Between doing full day fast at least once or twice a week, eating the exact same thing on the exact same schedule that I've eaten and lost all this weight.
Yeah.
Now, what you have is now I'm up 9 pounds. I'm getting ready to go on a cruise. Oh my God. So anyway, yeah, I'm not in Wonderland anymore at all. Anyway, what has happened is now I had to get back to basics when we got back from the cruise. Back to basics, which means kind of monitoring how much fat I have. Because what was happening is before we left on the cruise is that I started messing with things because I seen myself gaining, but I didn't know why. It never put two and two together that
he had to have some conversations with some awesome people.
I did.
To help him.
Because I didn't realize, I always thought that when people gave up nicotine or when people gave up an addiction of some sort. Who's Olga?
Olga, hello.
She's here from Don Does Keto. Everyone was saying hi. I
Dawn.
thought maybe someone knew. Someone thought maybe it was like the First Lady. But anyway, I always thought my whole life that when people quit dipping or they quit vaping or whatever, that the reason they gain weight was, I figured it was because it makes sense. More Pringles, less cigarettes. But I was very careful when I quit vaping because vaping was the very last thing that I did give up.
Yeah.
So I made sure that I wasn't snacking. I wouldn't do this. You know what I mean? So when I was up 9 pounds, it was like, what's going on? I don't know. What are you doing? Why are you upset?
I just read a comment.
Where's that?
Right there. Down.
What? Here?
Down.
That one?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm not posting that one.
Yeah.
All right. It wasn't a bad comment. It just made Emily sad. All right. So anyway, I was talking to someone yesterday, and they mentioned that I guess when Kelly Hogan got off of Diet Coke or Diet Soda, I guess she gained like 30 pounds. So it never dawned on me that I thought that if I gave up, this is all for better health. So you're like, okay, I'm doing this for better health. It even starts to occur to you, it's like, should I smoke again so I can just keep losing weight? And it's like, no, that's not the point. The point isn't, it's not always just, weight. Weight is part of health, but it's not everything. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And then I went on the cruise, and long story short, I'm up 4 more pounds from that. So I'm up like a total of 12.5 pounds. And it is coming back off, but it's crazy because, yes, on the cruise I had some off plans. We did really good like days 1 through 3, really good up until the day of fasting. And then me and Emily talked. It's like, okay, there's going to be, we don't know when we're going to be on a cruise again. So there was like 3 days that we had excursions that involved like authentic Mayan cooking.
Yeah.
That we ate.
That we
And
intentionally wanted, to partake in.
So yeah, we intentionally went off plan for a few days, and I've almost got that off. But the cigarette stuff, the vaping stuff is really bad. And what was really,
I'm surprised. I didn't think you were going to even talk about this today.
well, I just want it to be out there because it's part of,
It's part of your journey.
We can't say we show the actual journey if the journey is only the happy stuff, if we don't show the bumps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, our channel is about, I would so love to just disappear until I'm back in Wonderland. Because it sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It sucks. And I don't regret one thing about being on the cruise ship and for 3 days having things that we're not going to have, because like when we're home, we have no problems at all. And
No.
we actually agreed that we were going to have a few things.
Yeah.
So days 4, 5, and 6, we were off plan.
Part-time. There were just a few things that we wanted to try that we hadn't tried, and
Day
it was
7.
intentional to eat off plan
Yep.
for those things.
Day 7, we were back on plan, and
Mm-hmm.
on our way back home, well, you can figure out how it was in the airport and all that.
But I didn't have any, it didn't cause any kind of spiral for me at all.
But I didn't like maintenance anyway.
So I know that there was a lot of people who did really well staying on plan. I know that there were others like us that wanted to try a few things during their vacation, and I think that's great. If you can do it, I can do it. I think I'm a moderator for sure after this vacation, but I was super proud of myself because past vacations have made me so terrified to go on vacation because I did not want to completely go off the rails, and I did not on this vacation go completely off the rails. And I'm proud of myself for that, and it's a win, and I'm not ashamed, and I don't regret it. So no regrets.
Yeah. So recap, last year we went to Keto Palooza in September, and we were there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I never cheated. Never.
We were still up on the scale.
I was up 10 pounds when I came back
Yeah.
from waterway and whatever. Just the whole, standing,
Right.
everything like that.
Yeah.
So I go on this trip for, we were gone 10 days. And I came back and I was, what did I say I was up? The first night when we came back. What did I say?
I don't know.
I was like 11 pounds.
I don't listen. Just kidding.
I was like 11
Right.
pounds up for me.
Right. And we're constantly wanting to learn about ourselves.
And we walked between like
Anyway.
5 and 6 miles every single day.
Okay.
Like, it was constant exercise.
Lori E. said, I was wondering why you decided to fast during the cruise, and was this planned? And I want to answer this because there was a comment about that.
Yes, it was planned, but it was supposed to have happened on day 1 of the cruise and not day 3.
Yeah. But there was a comment on that video by someone that said, fasting on a cruise, if I can remember correctly, is just a stunt. And I want to tell you that my God is a mighty God, and that is a spiritual fast that we have been doing, if anybody has been wondering. Nothing to do with weight loss.
Nothing for weight loss.
Completely a spiritual thing that we have decided that we are doing.
And of course, me, I don't like it, but I'll continue to do it.
Yeah. And not a stunt, not for any reason other than it was something that we committed to prior to the cruise. So we did plan on having one day as a fast, and it happened to be that day.
So, yes, the whole fast thing. So I felt, one day I was mowing grass. And I felt like, this might sound crazy,
Yeah.
I felt like God was telling me to fast once a week
Yeah.
for something that I've been praying for.
And me being me, I'm going to be supportive, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it with you.
Even though she didn't have to.
Right.
So anyway, what happened was that I was like, oh, but I have this cruise coming up. And I was like, well, how about if I fast 5 times a month, but not on the cruise?
Right.
And then, anyway, so I tried to bargain, and then, like, the next day I felt like I should fast. So now I don't know. Instead of fasting 4 times a week, now I'm fasting 5 times, and I did it on the cruise, so a month.
A month.
Yeah,
not
5
a week.
times a month. But anyway, there is something very important that I feel that I need to fast for.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have to do it,
No.
but there is something that I'm praying for, and there is something that is very important to me. And that's why I'm doing it. And
Yeah.
I will do it until I get what I'm seeking.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
anyway. And because I believe in fasting, I think after I get,
Right.
I think if I, when I get what I want
Yeah.
out of this, I believe I'm going to fast again, because that'll just tell me that it works, and we're just going to keep going.
Yes.
So I'll probably always do a 1-day fast.
Yeah.
Although I wish it was designed a little different. I wish I had it set up where it was like I gave up dinner and then breakfast, lunch, and then the next day I started at dinner. I really do wish that.
Yeah.
We're going to have a talk about that.
Right.
Because these full day things, this whole going to bed hungry, oh, that sucks.
What, James complain? Never. Never.
Kelly says she's surprised she didn't gain more, to be honest.
That's awesome, Kelly.
Hey, cool kid, Keto's here. Welcome back from the cruise.
Hey, we got to meet them in Texas, too.
We did, and Noah loved playing games with you guys.
We did.
Oh boy, we got so many comments. I'm
Coffee
so sorry, everybody.
Coffee and Carly. Yes, you're passing it up. I was trying to read.
I'm sorry.
Yes, and you don't sound crazy. God does speak to us concerning things like this. You are perfectly sane and tuned in to the Holy Spirit.
Well, I try. Debbie says, denying yourself, God honors that. People need to keep their opinions to themselves.
And you know what? It's going to happen. That's all right.
You know what?
When it comes to us, it's all right.
We really don't mind, like, people with their opinions. I mean,
Yeah.
Everybody, I can say something's dumb without hurting someone's feelings. You just have to have a little couth about it.
Yeah.
Hazel says, Noah and your family are amazing. No one should judge anyone else. Ignorant bullies and hurting a child is inexcusable.
I agree with you.
You
Thank
know-
you so much for that, Hazel.
So the person that said this stuff was someone who's actually commented on our videos that's the other part that was hurtful. Probably a year they've commented on our videos, and
Right.
we talked back and forth in comments.
Yeah.
And they never said it to us.
Right.
That's the thing. They commented on other people's videos, and
Yeah.
of course it gets back
Yeah.
because he was on their video.
Yeah.
So it is, it just is what it is. And it just,
Right.
like I said, it's really not that horrible of a deal. It just hurt at the time.
Yeah.
And when you're hurting, you're not going to put out your good work. You're not going to, you know what I
Right.
mean? I'd rather not do something than only halfway do something.
Right.
Like, if I'm half-hearted, it's not going to be good. So why even bother?
Yeah. For sure.
Texas Donna says,
John Gugahan is here, and he's doing a sardine fast.
oh,
That's what he says anyway.
why would someone do that? Where is that comment?
Right there. Started my sardine fast today.
Watch this. Remember I said there's good ways to tell people that things are dumb? Sardine fasts are stupid. Why? A sardine fast for me would be a complete fast.
Yeah.
If I say I'm
For
doing
you.
a sardine fast, I'm not eating.
Right.
I've been so hungry before, like coming in at the end of the day after working or whatever, and tired, and I can smell a hot dog with the refrigerator shut.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, that hot dog. No on the sardine.
Right.
No on the sardine. I'd be
Yeah.
like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. I can't do it. I can't get past the smell of them.
And I used to like sardines when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I liked them with mustard and crackers.
Yeah.
But I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Not no more. It's like you get, oh, Sherry's doing the sardine fasting as well.
You know, I know you don't yuck somebody's yum.
Dustin says he's getting shamed into a mustard fast. I could do a mustard fast. Way more than the sardine fast.
Right.
Jackie says, come on, James, X Factor.
Yeah. No, I love sardines, and I don't like buying them for him because I hate the smell of them.
Lady Fritzier says, I wouldn't do a sardine fast for at least one reason. I like them, and I don't want to hate them.
Yeah. That's why I would not do an egg fast, because I love eggs, and
you know,
I do not want to.
I could do like a day of just hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
I could probably do 2 days. I think the third day might be hard to get out of bed.
Yeah. But you would be so over them, I'm sure.
Do we have a lot of people in here? These comments, there's so many. Thank you guys so much. Sherry says, Emily, it's not a yum. Linda says, I'm with James on that. A sardine fast with me, no food at all for me.
Yes, that would be me too.
Yeah, a sardine fast. It's funny how that autocorrected to a sardine.
Right.
Sherry says, trying to figure out when I'm truly hungry. If I have to wait to eat a sardine, I just have to be really hungry too.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever get to that.
I mean,
I don't think.
I could get to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
No.
Sean.
Thank you very much, Sean. He sent us a $19.99 super chat. Says, take Noah to see a movie on me.
No, Sean.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
He'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, what do we take him to see?
Mario.
He does want to see.
Mario.
Dustin loves sardines.
A lot of people do.
Pat's here. I wish I could do it, but
Pat,
just don't
I miss
think
you.
I could. You know, we really need to do something we need to do more local meetups. Jackie says 172 people. That is
wow.
That is amazing.
That is amazing. And we love each and every one of you so much.
Yes, Cool Kid Keto says, I'm pretty oblivious to the drama, but I think you guys are extremely genuine with plenty of integrity. I wouldn't judge anyone for fasting, nor would I judge them for not being 100% keto.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We don't either.
Yeah.
We don't either. So when I was talking to Sean yesterday, Intentional Carnivore.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't seen his channel, he's lost like 240 pounds in a year.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about?
You talked to Sean.
Squirrel.
You talked to Sean.
Yes.
Yesterday. What were you going with that?
I don't know. Squirrel.
You said you wouldn't judge anyone for fasting or not being.
Okay, so I was talking about how the difference between the carnivore crowd and the keto crowd.
Right.
Is like, you know, I was like, well, the carnivore crowd seems to be a little more brutal.
Not all of them.
No. But I feel like when people are always like, oh, you can't have spices.
Or you can't have coffee.
Or this, or
you
this.
Can't have...
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
That reminds me of the movies. Like when you watch like when they crucified Jesus, about every little thing. It just seems it almost seems like carnivore or this way of eating is it almost like it turns into a religion.
Right.
And people's like, well, you can't do this, and you can't do this, or you can't do this.
Yeah, you brought this up to me the other day, and I didn't understand what you meant until just now.
You didn't, and you
because you didn't embellish what you were saying until now. You just said.
But yeah, it seems like. It almost seems like that's the reason. Like, why else would you attack someone for doing coffee?
Yeah.
Or why else would you say,
right?
You know, that you can't have mustard on your sardines because you're carnivore. You can't have mustard.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? Or any of these spices or anything like that. It's almost like...
It's a complete circle back to be kind, you know?
Yeah, and, you know...
Definitely just be kind to one another, and if you have a different opinion, just know that you're not always going to 100% agree with the other person, and that's okay, right?
Yeah, it just seems so crazy to me that when someone says, you know, they're doing look, we get all kinds of stuff in our Facebook group or something. We'll get someone that says, "Oh, we're on day 8 of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs," and they're
Right.
showing you chicken. And it's like, you want to sit and say, "Well, that's not beef, butter, bacon, and eggs," but you know what? To them, whatever.
This is just an example.
Yeah, this is just an example.
Yeah.
If they want to have chicken legs on beef, butter, bacon, and eggs,
Then have chicken legs.
have chicken legs.
Add your chicken.
Who am I? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we would never go out and be like, "You can't have that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not our thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Sammy says, "I eat mustard. It works for me. I don't care what you call me."
You mustard eater, you.
Mustard eater.
And Scott at Platte River Keto, he said somehow those people just get joy out of telling other people that they are wrong, and it just doesn't make sense. And it does not make sense.
It doesn't. It'd be like, I'm just saying, like, we've never judged anybody ever.
I can tell you this. I have always thought that that I'm not a very emotional person, but I have felt very emotional over this past week over things.
Is it more because of the bad comments, or is it more the love that you bring?
The overwhelming love from people.
Emily's going to respond to each and every one of your comments individually.
I really will.
There's so many, and
Yeah.
like nothing says love of how many hundreds of comments that we still have to look at.
Yeah.
And there's so many, and we'll get to them. But
Yeah.
it's almost like amazing. I keep telling him, like, you got comments.
And I will take the time to do as many as I possibly can.
Jackie says that I judge her all the time.
He really does.
You really think I judge Jackie?
Yeah.
I love Jackie.
They're like brother and sister. They love each other so much that they pick on each other, and it's cute.
Yeah, I don't pick on people if I don't like them.
John Guggenheim, I saw your comment, and it's scrolling, and I think it's so funny that everybody's calling you John Guggenheim.
There are people calling him Guggenheim.
I'm sorry if you hate it, but I love
that?
saying it.
Where is it?
It's up there somewhere.
Okay, so we were watching somebody else's live, and they
Yeah.
called him John Guggenheim, and that is awesome.
I love it. I do. Yeah.
Sherry says, today I got a large 10-pound pork belly from Costco.
Yeah.
And the comments are just flying. Have it divided into individual servings and put it in the freezer.
Yes.
I think pork belly for us is like a one-time thing.
Yeah, it's gone.
So I find that I like it better when in the strips.
Yeah.
I do like it better in the strips. And what we do is we cut it up.
Into small pieces.
And then we cook it in a wok like I used to cook, like, Chinese food.
That's what our wok is used for now. It's a pork belly
Yeah,
wok.
we used to cook like stir fry vegetables and chicken breast, but this time now we just fry up the pork belly and then we put
a little bit of soy.
and Brussels sprouts in it. And
Yeah.
it's we love it.
And when we went to Buc-ee's, I picked up some Meat Church Holy Cow seasoning, and we did use that on the pork belly this week, and it was really good. Really good. We used the Holy Cow seasoning. I got that one. I bought that one because it was the only one I saw that didn't have sugar in it. But if you've not ever heard of or seen Meat Church, he has a lot of grilling or smoking videos that is usually my go-to.
If there's anything that you want to learn, like as far as smoking meat or using a smoker, everything that we have done, my uncle gave me the best advice. Anything you want to smoke, look at Meat Church. He has it, and you'll just substitute the seasonings that he uses because he uses a lot of sugar stuff. So you'll just substitute the seasonings, cook it the way he cooks it, and it always turns out wonderful.
But I really enjoy his videos, so when I saw that and found one that did not have sugar in it, I'm like, we're going to try this.
I would really like to have his patio.
I know.
I would like to have his outdoor grill.
And if you know, you know.
His outdoor kitchen, it's amazing.
It really is.
That guy's loaded.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's got his own spices. They're selling them at Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
You kidding?
Yeah.
He's loaded. Good for him. John Gugahan says, I watched a video today about suggested snacks for a road trip, and the comments were harsh, even though creator said that she doesn't recommend them for all the time, but they are better choices.
And I have not even seen that video, but the fact that she even mentioned that they're not recommended all the time, but better choices, tells me that she's my kind of person. Because sometimes, okay, we're home, and I love home-cooked meals more than anything, and I know what's going into it, and I know it's meats and maybe, some spices or whatever, and I know what's in it, and it's great. But during our vacation, we don't know what was in everything, and honestly, I was doing pretty darn good. I really feel like I did really well as far as my food. It was just certain desserts that I personally wanted to try, and that the first day that I decided to order the dessert, it was a sugar-free dessert, and somebody else pointed out that they use maltitol. If you know what maltitol is, it was kind of like, you know what, you might as well eat the real thing if you're going to eat maltitol. So, and right now I'm up 4 pounds from before our cruise, so I'm sure it's going to come right off.
Candace says, I'm so happy you're on tonight. Love your wholesome content. Please continue to be yourself.
Yes, Cassie, we love you.
Candace.
Or Candace. I'm so sorry.
Sharon says, Meat Church has the best video for trimming a brisket for the home cook.
Yes.
And I used to separate the brisket. I used to separate the point from the flat, right?
Yeah.
Now I just trim the fat off the outsides.
Yeah.
And I leave just a little bit, and I do not separate it. And my personal opinion is, I think it cooks better.
Yeah.
Because it makes it thicker, and you don't have it getting done at different times or whatever. Right. I'll probably, unless I go and see someone who really does brisket well and they separate it, I probably won't ever even attempt it.
I think it's great how it is.
Because we've cooked it a couple times separated, and every time we don't separate it, it's better.
It is.
To us, it's better. It's way more juicy. It just seems better.
Yeah. Stacy Pattison, you beautiful soul, you. I love her.
Pork belly convert. I now love it.
Yes.
Debbie says she loves Buc-ee's.
We now love Buc-ee's.
We do love Buc-ee's. What do we have to do to get a Buc-ee's in Ohio?
I know, right?
A Buc-ee's in Ohio. It's got to happen.
Sometime.
I'll tell you what. Maybe I'll email them and tell them that if they do it, I'll help run the place.
There you go.
I'll run the place. Alan says, never been to Buc-ee's. Well, if you get the chance,
you should go. You
should definitely go, because they're not really price gouging you either, like a normal gas station.
Yeah. I got a big coffee cup. It's like this, but it's bigger. And it was like $10. It was such a good deal.
I mean, their brisket is like $22 or $23 a pound, so that is expensive.
Oh, their beef jerky is a little expensive.
Their beef jerky is expensive, but like their merchandise, their cups, and all that stuff, they're not really price gouging.
No,
I don't think at all. I think there's some things that they probably just break even on.
Yeah.
Not that you always need a cup every time you go.
But it's an experience.
But their clothes seem good quality, like all that stuff.
Yeah. I got me a Texas Buc-ee's shirt.
It was really neat.
Yeah.
I thought it was really neat.
Yeah.
Lynette says, love carnivore Kip for smoking meats.
Yeah. He is awesome.
Susan says, I've not been watching your channel very long, but hearing your son was insulted makes me angry. I'm so sorry that happened.
Thank you.
Glad you're still here with us. And we don't plan on leaving.
Yeah.
We don't plan on leaving. This is one of the reasons why is that this is something that we do together. I don't always want to upload a video, and I don't, sometimes it gets to me, sometimes it we go live at 7 o'clock, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We put our time, we do our Saturday morning videos.
I think he kind of likes spending time with me.
Sometimes.
So.
But other than being on the schedule, and there's always times it's well, what are we going to do for a video this week?
Yeah.
I like it when it just comes naturally. You know what I mean? I like that.
And honestly, when we did the video for the Keto Chow, it was a lot of fun filming that.
That video that we did on the Keto Chow yesterday was literally one take,
Yeah.
4 minutes,
Yeah.
and it was uploaded.
It was so fun.
It was the stupidest thing, the dumbest thing. You should have heard, like, so Emily had this idea. She was like, I want to be ordering Keto Chow. And I was thinking, like, So I went upstairs and I was putting laundry away. And I was like, Em, come here. I got something. I want to pitch something to you. My
Pitch an idea.
And I figured she was going to look at me stupid like she always does. And I was like, so how about I tell you that when I drink the Keto Chow that it sings happy birthday in my mouth. And she's like, I love it. It was so stupid.
Yeah. But I love to laugh. And I knew it would be awesome. And it was so fun to film it.
Sean has to go. Thanks for stopping
Sean,
by,
we
Sean.
love you.
And thank you for everything that you've done. And I will take Noah to the movies.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah, there's always, yes, that Keto Chow video was great.
Yeah.
Party in your mouth. That's the kind of videos that you like, because
Yeah.
we do, I do sit around and sometimes, you do have to think about what you want to say.
Yeah.
We don't always do that.
Yes.
And, all right, we got a super chat from Chris.
Chris, we love you.
We definitely
You're so
do.
sweet.
Thank you so much. It says, lost 350
That's
pounds
amazing.
on keto /
That is so
bariatric surgery.
amazing.
Now looking to start YouTube myself because of us.
And there are a lot of people, we have a lot of friends that have had different surgeries and do keto or carnivore somewhere in that spectrum. And there's so many awesome stories that need to be shared.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you decide to put it out there because
You definitely should.
you're not alone and there's somebody out there who needs to hear your story.
Everybody's story is different. It's not like, everyone's story is different. And
Yeah.
I love everybody's story. And when we first started doing interviews, we started, when we first came up with the idea that we were going to start doing interviews,
Yeah.
it really wasn't to interview channels what it's kind of turned out to. It's kind of been, we've been talking to other YouTube people.
Yeah.
But originally, the idea that we wanted to do was we actually wanted to interview people who don't have YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And it was to get different stories. We wanted to hear other people's stories.
Yeah.
Come to find out, that wasn't a good idea because people who don't have YouTube channels, they don't want to be on camera. So it is what it is. We always used to say, if you'd like to have your story on our, an interview with us or whatever, contact us. And it was crickets.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Well, some did, and some were shy about it. But that's all right. That's all right.
Wilson says, "Night, guys, Emily. I sent you a request on Facebook.
I thought we were already
in
friends.
case you didn't recognize my name."
Stacy, you have a good night.
Jen says, "Guess who's having tomahawk steak and
I
birthday
want it to
cake
be me.
Keto
Can I
chow
say me?
creamy for dinner tomorrow?"
I want it to be me.
Well, all right. So, yes. 22Q Cat says, "How's Derek doing?" How is Derek?
Lynn, how are you?
How is Derek doing?
Derek does not love being on camera. You're 100% correct.
Derek didn't tell us what he's down this week.
I asked him, and I think he was like, I'm like, Derek, how much are you down? And I think he was like 52 pounds or something like that, because that's what Derek does, being Derek. And so I don't know, but I'm sure it was probably 4 pounds, because I feel like it's always 4 pounds for Derek. But we will update on Saturday. I'll find out for sure from him. He works nights. Is he in bed?
I think he's in his room.
Derek, if you're watching, leave a comment.
Yeah, this is how we communicate. Derek, if you're right next door and you're watching us on YouTube, leave a comment and tell us how much you're down. Okay, so Lynette, you can interview me. I have a somewhat interesting story because I have a severely disabled son and he is keto. He has epilepsy, among other problems, and keto helps him
Oh, Lynette.
dramatically.
I
Well, there
want
you
a
go.
hug from you.
Hey, get this. Cheryl says, I've been looking for a Ninja Creamy.
But there
Must
must be
be-
a shortage in Canada?
A creamy shortage.
That makes me sad for you. Lynette, that is so amazing.
Hookah says, I would have contacted you, but I figured you wanted big channels. No,
You are a big
actually,
channel.
we wanted the opposite of a big channel. we wanted to hear
Yeah.
stories that people. We just wanted everyone to have a story and a platform to share their story on.
Yeah, for sure.
Jackie says, peeling Jim can't type. What does this mean?
Jackie.
What does that mean?
I think Jim's peeling.
Hey, Lisa's here. She says hi. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
We have been waiting for you.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? I saw other Lisa earlier.
Lisa, don't try these. If you just got here, these ain't good. Don't have
Yeah,
them.
that's what you missed.
No kiss my keto bars. Don't do it. They're trash. They taste like fish.
Yes.
Lynette says, I love hearing testimonies from carnivores and people who are keto. I find them very inspiring and help me stay motivated.
Yes. Yes.
Alan says the creamy went viral.
It really did. I just made a blueberry pie creamy and put it in the freezer today because I'm sure I'm going to want ice cream at some point this weekend.
All right, it is after 8 o'clock. I'm guessing 2KK is on at 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
And just, if there's any...
If anyone I have missed to say hi, I know,
Yes.
Lisa, I saw you say hi, and I'm glad you were here, and I wish we could have spent more time with you on the cruise. My watch is telling me Keto Chow.
They sent, it's an email.
Yes.
Keto Chow sends a lot of emails.
I love it, though. It's a reminder.
They do. It seems like every day. It's like every day. It's like a video upload or something.
Ouch. Sorry. But anyone, what I was going to say, I'm sorry. Anyone that we missed, we love you, and we are so happy that you spent some of your time with us tonight. So we appreciate you.
All right, you guys. I guess Derek hasn't commented.
He's not watching. He's not watching.
Yeah, Jackie says his sunburn.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, everybody have a great night, and we will see you soon.
Yeah. We love you.
2KK's on at 8:30.
Yes.
Two Crazy Ketos.
Up next.